What's going on, everyone? What an incredible, just dominant performance win. Lakers couldn't have went much better, right? Um, LeBron James didn't have the best game in the world, right? 5 turnovers. Defensively, he was a monster, right? Between him and Anthony Davis, they had 10 blocks. Uh, Anthony Davis, the injury scare, that was a big concern. But you saw him stick with the toughness, bounce back, impact the game, was a monster on the defensive end, and you saw guys step up, right? Like, this was a team win. This wasn't LeBron James and Anthony Davis having some monster game each and they close out and win. No, this was Rui, D'Lo, Reeves, AD, LeBron on the defensive end. All of those things. This team, the way that they played, you're not beating this team. Because LeBron James probably isn't going to play much worse. You'd imagine he'd only play better. Anthony Davis we've seen him dominate more, especially on the offensive end. This team is a real team. This team is a team that on any given night, they have 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that can beat you. And that's what you need. It doesn't have to be the same guy every night. A lot of questions about D'Angelo Russell, right? Started off slow. Is this going to be, here we go, boom, picked it up, finished with 19. Austin Reeves, how is he going to look? Is he going to be able to make those adjustments? Is he going to be too small for the moment? It's his first playoff game. Completely took over. Went on like a 9-0 run by himself. Completely won the game, right? Like Rui. I talked about Rui constantly. I made several videos about Rui because Rui I knew would be the biggest factor. If you look at his stats, numbers don't lie. The guy elevates in the playoffs. The guy plays better in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to score 30 a game. I wouldn't hate it, but realistically, he's not going to be that dominant, right? But what he does is he gives us multiple advantages. His ability to stretch the floor, his ability to just be tough, get to the rim, knock down the mid-range, be a 3-level scorer. The Memphis Grizzlies were leaving him open, and he was making them pay. But also his ability on the defensive end to play the 5 in this matchup is huge. Huge, because this is not a good matchup for Mo Bamba. Tristan Thompson hasn't played all season. And winning Gabriel, maybe you could give him some burn, but I'd rather have Rui in that spot because I think defensively he still matches up against Jaren Jackson. I think he matches up against Tillman. We saw it this game. And you get the offensive output from him that you're not going to get from anywhere else. So he gives you that threat constantly on the floor. Rui is going to be the X factor. And look, if we play the Warriors, it's probably going to be the X factor again, right? Because he's going to be matched up against Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, all of those guys. Like Rui can guard those guys. His strength, his abilities. And then not losing anything on the offensive end. That's so massive. He's going to be a huge factor for the series. Now, Ja Morant, big question mark, right? There's already reports coming out that he's likely to miss game 2. If he misses, I think the Lakers sweep the series. Which sucks because, not sweeping the series. I want the Lakers to sweep the series. But it sucks that Ja got hurt. One, because you never want to see a player get hurt. You never want to see somebody injured, right? You want them full strength. But 2, it just gives all like the clowns and the haters and all the people, it gives them the excuse and not taking into account that like he played this game and we dominated this game and he was pedestrian by Ja Morant standards. So I don't see how we lose this series. I really don't. I said if we won game 1, I think we win in 5, at 6 at the worst. We won this game. Memphis is terrible on the road. They have 16 road wins. And they were the best home team in the league. And the Lakers just smacked them. Smacked them. I mean, the Lakers were in control pretty much that entire game. Memphis went on a couple runs. They threw their little haymakers and stuff, but Lakers stuck with it. They didn't fold. They weren't afraid of the moment. They stepped up. Darvin Ham, you got to give credit to Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham was great. He had a game plan. He had an execution. He showed up, got guys ready. We had a great first quarter. Terrible second quarter. But Darvin Ham was decisive in timeouts. He was decisive in rotations. He stuck with guys when they got hot. It's what you want from your coach. Make the adjustments, make the changes, stick with the guys that are working, take out the guys that aren't, all of that. And that's exactly what Darvin Ham did. So you got to give credit to the coach. I see so many people that are so willing to blame the coach when the Lakers are bad or they lose, but never give the coach credit when they win. Never give coach credit for the, execution and delivery, right? So if we're gonna highlight the bad with him, then we got to highlight the good. Even though I think he's been fine, I think he's a great coach. Would I like him to be better? Sure, but every coach could be better, right? Like the best coaches in the league have bad moments. Steve Kerr lost. He didn't make adjustments. He didn't call timeouts in times where he should have. Steve Kerr, a bad coach? No. It's just he'll make the adjustment next game. And the Lakers, they got to be prepared. The rest clearly was a factor. Huge factor, which, like I said, I knew it would be. Lakers played 10 games in 13 days. They were exhausted in this uphill battle and climb where every game is a must win. They couldn't take nights off. Like, that's something that people didn't take into account. Right? People are like, oh, well, they barely beat the Jazz. They barely beat this team. They barely beat that team. Yes, you're right. But guess what? The Lakers, they couldn't say, hey, you know what? Let's just lose this game. Let's sit Anthony Davis and LeBron James skate. They're tired. Like other teams got to do. Right? The Lakers had to fight that uphill battle. Therefore, they had to play 100% every night, all night, and got the wins. And they did it. They did it. And they got the win. And guess what? Now they're in the playoffs. And guess what? They beat the Memphis Grizzlies, the best home team in the entire league. They beat them at home and won game one in a dominant fashion. Guys stepped up. Guys were huge. Anthony Davis and LeBron James didn't even play their best game. Like, if this was a game where LeBron James and Anthony Davis scored 80 and we won by 5, I'd be a little concerned. I'd be like, yeah, but nobody else really stepped up, right? Is LeBron James and Anthony Davis going to be able to do that night in, night out, 7-game series in, series out? But that's not what happened. You had Austin Reeves, D'Lo, Rui. Those guys were huge, massive. Played a hell of games defensively. We were great against they're number 8 in defense, something like that. Memphis played a good defensive team, put up 120 points. Everything that could have happened could happen. Played a top 10 defense at home with the best home record, number 2 seed in the West, went in their home court and dominated. If Lakers win game 2, the series is over. It's over. Memphis is one of the worst road teams in the league. You don't think LeBron James and Anthony Davis can't just turn it on for 2 games? Of course they can. They're not losing the series. They're not. Even if they lose 1 at home, which I don't think they will, all of the pressure, everything is all on the Memphis Grizzlies now. The Memphis loses game 2, that's it. Lakers probably sweep that series. And Memphis is probably going to fall apart. Because Dylan Brooks, he's going to want to get paid soon. You got several guys under contract. They're all going to want to be paid soon. So, Tillman's another guy. He's a free agent next season, I believe. And you lost in the first round as the 2 seed. And yeah, as Ja Morant, maybe you look at it and go, well, if Ja was healthy, maybe we win that series. I don't think so. Ja played most of the game. And Jared Vanderbilt, Dennis Schroeder did a great job guarding him. Everything that could have happened went perfect in this game. Lakers were great. The only thing that would have been better is LeBron James and Anthony Davis having a monster game. But this is what I've talked about. We don't need them to. Why? When you have guys that are stepping up. Again, if we were struggling, then yes, Anthony Davis and LeBron James need to pick it up. But if D'Lo and Reeves and Rui are just dominating and they have it going, or let's say it's Troy Brown and Beasley and Rui or whatever, if you have 2, 3, 4 guys that are just dominating the game, why would you take away from those guys just so Anthony Davis and LeBron James can go get their stats? It makes no sense. Basketball is a team game. Win as a team. And that's what they're doing right now. They're winning as a team. And that is going to be so valuable going forward. You can make an argument the Lakers are the deepest team in the entire league. They probably have the best 7 front to back in the entire league. Depth-wise. I'm not saying that, there might be other teams that have the better 4 or 5 option. But again, front to back, if you stack other rosters next to the Lakers, I don't think there's a better, 1 through 7 than the Lakers have. Right? Like with our starting 5, Schroeder and Rui, like that's insane. This team just got a dominant fashion win against the number 2 team in the West. That all the quote-unquote experts said the Lakers were going to lose. They were going to lose in 6 or they were going to lose in 5 and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Lakers got game 1. Job is not done. Lakers got to keep pushing. They got to keep winning, right? Got to go handle business. They got another 3 days rest. That's huge again for the Lakers. It gives the Lakers and Darvin Ham time to prepare. And Darvin Ham has been great in preparation. I don't think the Lakers have lost a game when they've had several days to prepare for a team. They are really good when they have time to prepare. So they're going to have time to prepare. They're going to get the rest. Anthony Davis in a shoulder injury, which was a scare, but credit Anthony Davis for toughing it out, going out there and still impacting the game, still playing great. And now he's going to have 3 days to rest that shoulder. And then after game 2, you get another 3 days. The Lakers are going to have all the rest in the world. And that's massive. Go win this game in 5. Because if you win this in 5, the Warriors and the Kings are probably going to 7. So if you can get that extra rest and get that time to prepare, I think we might see the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Excited for this win? Or you not? Do you think Lakers done? How many games do you think that they win? Love to hear it. Let me know.